Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Anissa Emiarti from the 5th semester of English Education Program in Hamzanwadi University. In this video, I want to explain about my thesis proposal under the title The Benefits of Using English Songs to Enhance Student Vocabulary Acquisition at SMK Pariwisata NWDI Aibual. So let's begin with the chapter 1, that is introduction. There are 4 points that I will explain to you. The first is background of the study. The second is focus of the study. The third is purpose of the study. And the last is significance of the study. Okay, the first one is background of the study. Vocabulary acquisition is a fundamental aspect of language learning, serving as the cornerstone for effective communication. It encompasses the knowledge and use of words that learners need to express themselves clearly and understand others. As highlighted by Wilkins, 190, 70, and 2, while grammar is crucial without vocabulary, communication is severely limited. This underscores the notion that vocabulary mastery is essential for students to uh, engage in all language skill listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Therefore, this study aims to investigate the benefits of using English songs to enhance student vocabulary acquisition at SMK Pariwisata NWDI Aibual. It seeks to identify the extent to which English songs can improve student vocabulary mastery and their perception of this learning method. This research will contribute to the development of more engaging and effective teaching strategies that can better equip students for their future careers in the tourism industry. Okay, the second one is focus of the study. This study focuses on exploring the effectiveness of using English songs to enhance the vocabulary acquisition of students at SMK Pariwisata NWDI Aibual. Specifically, it examines how English songs influence student motivation, retention, and application of new vocabulary in their academic and practical communication. Okay, the third one is purpose of the study. There are 3 purposes of this study. The first is to analyze the effectiveness of English songs in improving students' vocabulary acquisition. The second is to identify the challenges and strategies involved in using English songs for teaching vocabulary. The third is to provide insights into how English songs can be integrated into English language teaching and vocational schools. The last in this chapter is significance of the study. This study is expected to provide meaningful contribution to teacher, student, and school. The first is teacher. Teacher are bringing innovative strategies for teaching vocabulary, talk English songs, thereby enhancing teaching effectiveness. The second is student. Student encouraging them to learn vocabulary in an engaging and enjoyable way, improving their language skill and confidence in using English. Okay, the third is schools. School supporting curriculum development by incorporating creative and effective methods for English language teaching. Okay, let's move to the chapter 2. In this chapter, there are 4 points also. The first one is theoretical framework. The second one is previous research on music in language learning. The third one is cultural and contextual benefits of learning talk music. And the last is research question. Okay, the first one is theoretical framework. In this theoretical framework, there is language acquisition theories. Language acquisition theories provide a foundation for understanding how students learn vocabulary, particularly talk engaging methods like music. Two prominent theories relevant to this content are Crescent's input hypothesis and cognitive development theory. According to Crescent, input hypothesis, uh, that language acquisition occurs most effectively when learners are exposed exposed to language input that is slightly above their current proficiency level. This supports the idea that songs, with their right linguistic input and contextual clues, can facilitate vocabulary acquisition by providing a meaningful and enjoyable exposure to new words. Second is previous research on music in language learning. Uh, the first one is effects of music on memory and learning research. Indicates that music can significantly influence memory and learning outcomes. Various studies have explored the relationship between music and word learning, revealing mixed results. Some research suggests that background music can enhance memory retention for vocabulary, particularly in second language learning contexts. Okay, the second is benefit of using song in vocabulary acquisition. Several advantages of learning vocabulary talk songs include the first one is accessibility. Students can learn vocabulary anytime and anywhere by listening to songs. Second one is enga- engagement. The enjoyable nature of music keeps students motivated and interested in learning. The third one is contextual learning. Songs often present vocabulary in context, aiding comprehension and retention. Okay, the fourth is social interaction. Learning talk music can enhance social interaction among students, making the learning experience more collaborative. The third is cultural and contextual benefits of learning talk music. The first is cultural diversity and appreciation, exposure to global tradition. Music education introduces students to a variety of musical styles and traditions from around the world, fostering an appreciation for cultural diversity. This is Sure helps students understand and respect different musical expressions, promoting inclusivity and cultural sensitivity. Okay, the second is cognitive development, uh, enhance learning skills. Music education stimulates cognitive abilities such as memory, tension, and problem solving. Learning complex rhythms and melodies requires active engagement, which sharpens critical thinking skills. Okay, the third is social cohesion building community. Collaborate music making foster teamwork and communication among students from diverse backgrounds. Group activities such as ensemble performance promote social connection and mutual respect, contributing to a sense of community. The fourth is emotional expression platform for creativity. Music serves as an event for emotional expression. Students can explore their feelings through talk, songwriting, or performance, facilitate, facil- facilitating personal growth and self-discovery. Okay, the fifth is global awareness, understanding cultural context. Music education encourages encourages students to explore the historical context of different musical styles, enhancing their understanding of global tradition. This awareness cultivates a more inclusive world worldview. Plus, in this chapter is research question. Uh, the first one is how do English songs contribute to student vocabulary acquisition? The second question is are vocabulary retention rate higher when student learning talk English songs compared to traditional method? And the third question is what are student perception and attitudes toward the use of English songs as a vocabulary learning tool? Okay, that is question from the chapter 2. Okay, we're gonna move to the chapter 3. In this chapter, there are 5 points. The first one is research design. Second one is setting up the study. The third one is participant of the study. The fourth is data collection. And the last is data analysis. Okay, the first one is research design. This study will employ a quasi-experimental design to evaluate the effectiveness of using English song in enhancing vocabulary acquisition among students. A pre-test or post-test approach will be used to assess vocabulary knowledge before and after the intervention. Okay, the second is setting of the study. The study will take place at SMK Pariwisata NWDI Aibual, a vocational school located in Aibual, Central Lombok, Indonesia. This school is known for its focus on hospitality, and tourism education, where students are typically taught in both uh, Indonesia and English language. Okay, the third is participant of the study. The participant of the study will be 40 students from the 10 grade at SMK Pariwisata NWDI Bual. The student will be randomly assigned into two groups, one for experimental group and the other for the control group. The first experimental group, 20 students who will be exposed to vocabulary learning, talk, and songs. For the control group, 20 students who will continue with the traditional vocabulary teaching method, such as vocabulary exercise and drills from textbook. The fourth is data collection. Data collection will involve both quantitative and qualitative method. The first one is pre-test and post-test. Vocabulary tests will be administered to both groups before the intervention, pre-test, and after the intervention, post-test. The test will include multiple choice, fill in the blank, and matching question designed to assess student vocabulary knowledge. The second is students' feedback or interviews. After the intervention, qualitative data will be collected often and did surveys or interviews to gather student opinions on their experience learning vocabulary, talk, and songs. Question will focus on their engagement, perceived effectiveness, and personal preferences. Okay, the third is teacher observation. Teacher will also provide observation of student participant and engagement during lesson. Will be done informally, talk notes taken during class. Okay, the last is data analysis. This analysis data consists of qualitative and quantitative. The first is quantitative data. The pre-test and post-test scores of both the experimental and control groups will be analyzed using descriptive statistics, mean standard deviation, to determine the average improvement in vocabulary knowledge. The second is qualitative data analysis. The qualitative data from student feedback and teacher uh, observation will be analyzed using thematic analysis. Common themes or patterns relate to student engagement, perceived effectiveness of songs, and preferences will be identified. The findings will help explain the quantitative result and provide deeper insights into the student's experience. Okay, maybe this is all from me. Thank you for the attention and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.